Hey everybody, I'm here with Miles Dumfrey. He is a seven-figure Amazon seller. He's built this entire business in 18 months flat. He's going to tell you today how he scales his business because he started his entire business with two products and he has built two specific brands off of those two products as his cornerstones. And because of this, his launches have been incredibly simple. It's been very easy for him to push out more products and not have to do anything too difficult. So once you get your first product out, we're going to be talking about how to build a brand out of that and how to do it without having to do a bunch of giveaways and how to do it strategically. So we're going to talk to the man here. He's also got a YouTube channel. I'll put a link to his channel below if you resonate with what he's here. I told him to come on here and give you guys as much value as possible. So hopefully he did his homework. And with that, let's go talk to Miles. He's in Colombia right now, living as a nomad.
What's up, guys? So as Adam said, I've gone pretty quick in the last 18 months, and I've done this in a really simple way. So like, first of all, with product research, you're going to see lots of videos that say start out with like this $50,000 product. This is the one that's going to make you $1 million. As someone who's made more than $1 million, that product is not going to make you the $1 million. I know that sounds really counterintuitive, but from the very start, my approach has always just been to go like, think about where everyone else is looking and then just don't go there, because you might be able to make a lot of money, but you also might fail. And when you're starting out, you just don't want to fail. So like, example, 10K a month sounds like a really nice like amount of money to make, $10,000. And so if you go to Jungle Scout or you go to Viral Launch, which are really great tools, and you're setting your criteria to hit like 10K a month, that's what everyone else is doing. So just go for like 5 to 8, and you're going to already cut out 50% of the competition. So that's what I've done since the very first products. Tell me what you think about that, Adam, as a strategy.
Dude, that's you guys got to be really careful in the markets you get into, dude. I don't care what market. I tell people I don't care what market you get into, but you better differentiate well, and people better be able to. You better be able to tell me exactly why they're going to buy your product and not the other guys, because that's how people build long-term sustainable brands out of this stuff.
That's exactly right. And I think with those like higher volume ones, you see so many people like, and I'm sure that many people have come to you, Adam, and just been like, what's going on? Like, here's my product, have a look at it, what's going wrong? And then you have to scroll through like 3 pages of exactly the same thing. And maybe the ones at the top are making $50,000 a month or 100K a month or something crazy. But like, they've been there for years. They've got 1,000 reviews. You can't compete with that. Yeah. I really think the 80-20 can get you a long way, which is, just like if you're an Amazon customer and you're looking at what you're going to buy, realistically, you're going to look at the top few listings, you're going to look at the price, you're going to look at the main image and make sure that like stands out, and just check that what you're looking for is in like the first few words of the title. And if you don't have like either something to add to that, or you can compete in some way in like price, reviews, main image, title, like you're not going to stick there. Yep. If you're in a really competitive niche. Yep. So I definitely just go like 5 to 8K is really great. If it's less than that, it's kind of too much work for very little return. But to me, that's like the perfect range. And there's so many of those products out there.
Yep. Okay. So you get that first product out there. What's your strategy to then scale all the way to an entire brand that's worth a lot of money?
So I like to put this on easy mode. This is like what I just call it easy mode because I don't know, now I don't really launch my products. I can sometimes when I need to, but ideally you want to avoid that process because you've got to give away lots of units, 90% off, and it works. It does work. It's a very valid tactic if you have to do it. But if you don't have to do it, like, why do it? So what I really don't see many people doing is cross-promoting between listings. And you can actually do this when you only have one product as well. And it's like one really simple hack, but just like use discounts on Amazon. So you go into Amazon promotions and set like a buy 2, get 20% off, 20%, 10%, something like that. That's already going to show up in an Amazon listing, whether you only have one product or whether you have multiple products. B, it's going to show up. It's going to show up on the actual search page. It's going to show up on your listing, and if you do it right, it has like an add to cart button as well. And so that's just another, like again, a little hack to just compel someone on that page to just like click it. Then put like a little image as one of your listing images, because again, the first one's really important, and the rest, I've done a lot of split testing. Those other images, once you get past like the 5th one, people, they don't really care that much. So you could use one of those image spaces to like basically push the customer where you want. So I put in there like, here's this product, and hey, I'm launching a second product in the listing image. for a limited time only, this is a launch special. Buy two together and you're going to get 20% off both. And then if they've got that image, they see that that's a deal, they're already interested in the first product, so therefore they're probably interested in the second one, and they're going to get a discount. And I find that actually really drives up the average order value, and that has really great flow-on effects with keyword ranking, because then every time someone's clicking through for a keyword, they're not just buying one product, but they're buying two, potentially more. And that really gives it's just a really easy way to get juice. And again, because it's all about keyword rankings, whether you're launching or maintaining sales, it is about maintaining those ranks.
So let me get this straight. So you go to launch a new product, you'll get the products out there, and then you'll change the last couple images for some of your other products to this promotion that you're running. And then, I mean, obviously you already have the promotion set up. And so you drive all the traffic from your stuff that's ranked really well already to your listing that's not ranked yet. Is that what I'm getting here? And
that's exactly right.
So it worked very well for you.
It has. It's like, I'd say my average order value is like it's 1.3. So on average, 30% of customers are buying more than one thing. And you can look at it another way. You'd either be driving traffic through giveaways, which is like 90% off, or PPC, so Amazon's advertising. And I don't know, maybe you're paying 30% and ACOS of 30% for that, but using this discount, you're only paying maybe 10, maybe 20%. And so it's way, way cheaper, and it really works. And also, no one else is doing it.
So how long do you actually leave this? You've launched the product. Do you leave this out there for a long time, or do you kind of cut this off? When you cut this off, this whole sale time?
I will do this year round, and every day it's going to say special offer, limited time sale, something like that, to give that sort of feel of scarcity. And again, it works. So I would leave that up. You can change the discount. If you're not happy with that discount, you can always control it by just changing that amount. You can do that, in 5 seconds in Amazon.
That's true. So a couple people are going to ask about Amazon's terms of service on changing these pictures. Do you have any response to that? Do you care? I mean, you haven't obviously been completely fine so far.
You're still going to have the listing. You're still going to have the photo of the product in there, the first product. And actually, it's the main image which they really care about, and the other ones, I can't quote the terms of service, but I'm pretty sure they say that you can have other props and things in that photo. So technically, it's completely fine.
That's actually might be true. Again, I'm not an expert on the very specifics of the terms of service either, but obviously it's been working for you. One thing I saw another guy who did that I know is definitely against terms of service, but he swore by it, and he's a very big seller, is he was putting his phone number as the very first bullet. He's like, if you got any questions, any concerns, call me here. And he's been doing it for a while now, and apparently it's been working really well. A lot of his 5-star reviews say, man, this is incredible customer service, like, I got so much help. But that's like way out there.
I think that's what you got to do though, Adam. You just got to think of it out there. And I'll say, yes, don't piss Amazon off. Don't do things that are really, really going to, there are a lot of things that you can do that are just going to get Amazon to immediately suspend your account or do things like that. But there are a lot of things where, for example, like UPC codes, it's against Amazon's terms of service to use a non-GS1 UPC barcode, but I would say that 90-something% of sellers are not. And so there's a lot of areas where, unfortunately, it really is worthwhile doing things that are against Amazon's terms of service. Again, I think this is within the terms of service, but yeah.
So you guys watch my free course I'm putting out, and I'll show you how you don't need a UPC code, because I'll show you how to get the exemption. I just did it for 2 products. Yeah, it was actually so simple, man. So simple. Because GS1 is dude, they're not cheap. They're not cheap, especially if you're trying to launch for first product. So,
but that's it, Adam. It's about, I'll let you move on, but it's just about like doing things differently. Not being afraid to step out there and just do something that not everybody else is doing. And that's the same as not looking for those 50K a month products. Just do things differently. And there's so much like gold out there to be had.
Okay, what else are you doing differently? What makes your strategy better than everyone else's?
I think I do a lot of those things well, and then there's all those little hacks. I like my product selection strategy really well, and I think building a brand is something that has really enabled me. It's put a lot of power behind the growth. Like, it's been less than 2 years. It's been like 18 months now. I've just crossed over like 1.4 million, and so by the end of the year, I want to do. In December, I want to hit 600K and 2 million for the end of the year. 600K in 1 month. And I'm not really doing anything that special. So I really think that it is just a matter of I mean, for example, like with my brand building process, I think I have lots of time and energy to find new products. And so I've launched lots of products that all sort of fit within that less than 10 to 5K range generally. And I use the same suppliers, I use the same packaging, I use the same keywords normally, I use everything that I can, I just duplicate. And so I'm playing this on easy mode because I'm not trying to go through that whole process and make it really difficult for myself to try and find that one product that might make, $100,000, but I'm probably just going to fail if I try it. But instead, for example, the way that I find products, rather than going back through, and generally this is the way that I do it where I can, is just look at like what are customers buying with your existing product. The customers also bought together. Another benefit of the promotion, by the way, the cross-promoting, is that you will always get all of your products as customers also bought together. So every time that someone goes to your listing, even if they don't have that listing image up there, if you haven't put it up there, they're going to see, no matter what, those other listings in there. And so it's just like another little sneaky way to get people's eyes on your product without paying for it or paying very little. But I will look at that customer also bought together before I get my products on there, see the competitors' products that are up there, and also the also viewed, because those are complementary products that are going to go really well together in a brand, because when somebody's looking for your product, they're also looking for that other product. And then it's just a matter of finding that. Honestly, the metrics don't have to be as good because you have to put in a lot less work, and you're still going to get like a pretty low risk return, especially because you can promote it through that first product. So that is, yeah.
So do you have a home run product at this point, or you just have all 10K month profit or less products? I mean, where are you sitting?
So I just went and had a look at this before. Right now, which is kind of like in between seasons, so a lot of my products are quite seasonal.
Oh, okay.
I've got one that's 20K, sorry, two that are about 20K, maybe three. It's hard to tell because I have a lot of variations, and so those numbers don't all show up. Oh. I've got like a few at the top, and then the bulk really do sit in that like middle range. So and those are the ones where I can just launch really simple variations. And it's just easy.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, that's essentially my strategy. I have one product right now, and I sent my supplier my competitor's product, and I'm like, can you make this product? Because he's got no competition, and he's doing 500 to 1,000 units a month. And so hopefully I can get the exact same product.
That's exactly right. And so you already know that niche, you know your competition, and so you don't need to go through the whole keyword process. You're going to know your product pretty well in terms of like quality issues, what buyers are looking for, what they're not looking for. So you already know if you're going to put some sort of spin on it or improvement, differentiation, what that would be. You already have the supplier. You don't have to go to Alibaba. You don't have to take that risk.
Nope.
And it's just, you can also get to market much faster. It's just in general, it's a really nice strategy.
Yeah, it has been really nice being able to work with the same guy. I already know him. I've already met him in real life, just like that.
Awesome.
And
there's a lot of, no, go on.
No, I was pretty much done.
There's huge value in building that relationship as well. I think I have about 3 suppliers, and they do 35 SKUs.
Really?
So yeah.
That's pretty awesome. So, guys, I hope this has been helpful for you. Got anything else you want to leave the channel with?
Sorry, I thought you were talking to everyone else.
Oh.
I would say, guys, there's no like real magic ticket. Just start, just do it. My first product failed, but you just keep going and keep going quickly. Learn from everything.
So I'm gonna cut this out, but let's talk about your first product because I think that's good. Let's talk about your first product. I'm gonna cut that in at the end. So your first product, you told me completely failed. You made $20 total on the whole thing. Tell me what you did wrong.
It's $20 and a lot of sleepless nights. I pick everything like in the 5-step process that you need to do to get your product, to identify your product, get it to market. And I did the opposite of everything that everybody tells you should do for all of them. I just picked a product that was like in the kitchen. It was like a little magnetic holder thingy to hold like a paper roll on your fridge, which is cool. When I got the samples, which was great. It was terrible quality. Like the magnet didn't work. One of the magnets was missing in the sample actually, and the little like holder twisty thing was like really ajar, and it just was like non-functional. It was also a really ugly color. I did the photography myself just before I was flying out, leaving Australia. So I like had the samples there, and there was no market for the product, and it was a terrible product, and I couldn't get good reviews, and I still made $20.
So you're jumping on
So,
this way too quick. Is that what you didn't do your research? Is that it? No research?
very little research. I just went out there and did it. And while I'm happy that I got stuff moving, I think it was, please learn from that and do your research, launch your product properly, make sure that it's good quality. Just do all those things right, and you won't fail with the first one. But if you do fail, you might still make $20. So there's always that.
Yeah, if you do the right product research, the worst case scenario is usually that you just break even. But some of you do the way worse wrong research and launch. I don't know. Sometimes I just like, why did you do? I don't even want to say my real opinion because I'm afraid I'm going to offend the hell out of them. But sometimes you guys are launching really stupid products.
That's it, guys. Like, just control the really big risks. Don't do stupid stuff like that. And again, like exactly as you said, you're probably at very worst going to make your money back.
Yeah.
And then you can try again, but you're going to have learned those mistakes yourself. If not from myself or from Adam, then you've learned it from yourself, and you won't make those mistakes the second time.
That is definitely that's the truth. So guys, we are going to cut it off here. I just wanted you guys to see how he built a brand, because he essentially just has 2 products and has used them to then build an entire multiple brands out of, what do you say, 35 SKUs. Is very impressive. So once you have that first product up, take this kind of strategy. I really recommend it. It's something I've been looking to do more and more. And with that, go check out the free course. It's coming out on June 1st. I'm going to put that first link in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video.